advice would you have for someone who have doubted you in the past that wants to speak with you now? Like if somebody that doubted you in the past was listening and they was skeptical about coming to speak with you about a situation that happened in the past. You know what I mean? And now they scared to come at you, you know what I mean? Because they don't know how you're gonna handle it, you know what I mean? But they see your success now, you know what I mean? So what advice would you give to them, you know, if they try to come, you know, and be in your circle now?
Well, first of all, they ain't gonna be in my circle. I'm gonna forgive them. I'm gonna forgive myself first for
Right.
feeling some kind of way, and I'm gonna forgive them, pray that I can forgive them, and then shake the dust off my feet. Because if you come that way at me, and then you skeptical, you need to be skeptical because you came negative. There was no reason why you came that way. So if you try to get in my circle, no, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because they say, you know, once you one time you burn me, but if you let it be burned 2 times, man, it can take you out of here, bro.
Right.
So now I wouldn't really have no conversation. I'll just forgive myself for allowing that to happen because a lot of times most of us don't forgive ourselves. We hold on to all that mess, and God can't bring and He can't put old new wine in new old wineskins. So I have to release that, forgive myself, and then forgive them because they don't really know me. Because if they knew me, they wouldn't have came like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I would do it like that, man. But I wouldn't. They couldn't be in my circle. No way.
But you'll forgive them though.
Of course.
So in
You
other
have
words,
to.
you saying in other words, you saying they can come talk to you, but it's just not a full access to you.
No, they can talk to me, and I'll talk back to them.
Right.
That has happened already. I went back to my hometown where things happen to me from different people. I have a conversation. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Chap, what's going on, man? Hey, what's going on, my brother? Yo, what's going on, my sister? Oh, and the next thing you know, I got to go. Poo poo. I'm out. No, that's just what it is. Nah, I forgave you already, so I don't have to allow you to come and do the same thing. Because if there's no repercussion or there's no correction to that, it'll happen again.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because they ain't never came and said they were sorry or apologized, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really want to hear nothing else. You supposed to do that first.
Right.
How you gonna disrespect somebody and then come, hey, what's going on, man? What you doing, man? You know, you like, man, I got boo-boo written on my forehead. Like, hold up, what's going on? So yeah, that's how I would handle that.
Okay.
Right? Number 3 for you. Share a lesson learned last year that impacted you, and how are you taking up your role this year?
I've learned to. Oh, can you repeat that one more time? The end of it.
Share a lesson learned that happened to you throughout last year, that impacted you in a negative way, and how are you taking up your role this year? How did you get over that, or how are you moving now?
Uh, uh, people, you know what I mean? People really taught me some valuable lessons last year. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I've learned not to take things personal. You know, I've learned not to take things personal. I've learned to not allow what certain people do to stop me from doing something for other people. You know what I'm saying? I've learned how to shut it off and shut it on. I mean, shut it on, turn it on and turn it off, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, don't let it make me feel like it's always my fault. See what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not my fault. Sometimes it's somebody else's fault. You know what I
Right.
mean? You know, and it's not my fault all the time. You know what I mean? So I've learned how to deal with people on an individual basis. You know,
Right.
because see, in the world, sometimes, you know, people will gather up with people that have a problem with you so they can feel more bigger and confident in themselves because it's more strength in numbers. You know what I
Right.
mean? So as being a strong person, you don't mind saying it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, in some shape, form, or fashion, it is your fault
Right.
because you allowed it to happen, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but once you get so used to saying, okay, well, I take that, little do you know, it's really kind of like eating away at you unconsciously. You know what I'm saying? Because now you always think it is your fault because you're so used to being a bigger person and saying, hey, I take that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But sometimes, no, I'm not taking that. You know, not from you. You know what I mean? No, I'm not taking that from you. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, to stand on your principles, to stand on who you are, the person, or the man or woman. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong to stand on who you are and who you say you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and be unapologetic about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know people will do you how you allow them to do you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So you know, yeah, that's my biggest thing, people, because even in our organization, you know, we deal with a lot of different people, whether it's people we help, people we serve, you know, people on our team, you know, family members, you know, our children. We deal with a lot of different people. And that's one of the things that I focus more on is dealing with people. And that's what I've learned by dealing with people. You know what I mean? Hold everybody to their own individual, you know what I mean? Don't say, oh, because you from over there where Billy Joe from, all y'all the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Right.
Okay. Now,
Yeah, okay. Well, my last question is, what advice do you have for someone that is going through the storm, you know, whether it's prison, you know, or dealing with their kids, you know, that they not able to see their kids, you know, some of the same stuff that you dealt with. What is some of the advice that you would give them to help them get through? If they was to call you on the phone and say, hey man, I'm going through it, you know, in a situation where you seeing yourself, you know, at that time. You know what I'm saying? What advice would you have for them?
well, first and foremost, just just being a chaplain as well, a man of the cloth, I would offer them prayer. If they want, I have never seen anybody turn prayer down. I've seen people in the worst situations when you say prayer, but that's what they really need. You know what I'm saying? And so I would offer them prayer before I offer them God. Because they might not know God like that. But they know about prayer. Because they pray all the time. You know what I mean? In the secret place, wherever they at, whatever they going through. So I would offer them that. And then I would offer them a support system. Some type of a support system. You know, what is your support system? Who are you talking? Who's in your circle? Like who can you talk to anybody? You know, do you have a friend? Do you have a family member? Do you have a? I ain't gonna say talk to a dog. No. Deal with a real human being that can actually feel what you're dealing with. You know, in other words, that can console you. You know what I mean? And I would just ask them, you know, if they had a support system, and would they be interested in me, you know, maybe talking to them about what they've gone through, and not just talking to them, just merely asking them, do you need somebody to listen to you right now? Do you need that? I would offer them an ear. You know what I mean? And so that's how I would answer. I answered it like that because that's what I would really do. That's what I really do because that's what helped me. That's what helped me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really go to anybody for help because I was so disgruntled and angry with the world. Only one I wasn't angry with was God. And, and the reason why, because I knew better. I knew what I was doing. And I got caught up in what I was doing. And then I felt if I went to anybody, then I'm lying anyway because I knew where I was at.
Right.
Just embarrassed and angry. So that's why most people stay away from people because they're dealing with anger, self-hate, and all this stuff. And so, yeah, I would offer them that method, the method of prayer, then support. Those are the two top things I can come to them with: prayer and support. That's it, you know. So yeah, that's
That's a
good.
good one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so yeah, man. And so yeah, this is what we do on Marketplace Ministry, y'all. This is live. This is live. This ain't these things questions that we got down to ask each other, to get into each other's psyche, to get into each other's heart. We're not playing games with each other. This is real life things that we deal with. We both had dealt with trauma in our lives before, but what we do with it, we understand the assignment, we understand the training part of it now, of what had happened. What happened yesterday, it ain't happening today because I have more control over what I think, over what I say, and where I walk.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And so we're thankful, man. And tap in, y'all. Tap into Marketplace Ministry, man.